Alright, I had to make a second part to this cave trip video because I'm not going to type all this shit, man. You know, I still got these on some and I'm still healing up and I'm not going to do a bunch of fucking typing. And dude, fuck y'all motherfuckers. Ah, man. I hate to make this video. I don't know what to say except just to tell what happened. Okay. Jeffrey and I went to the caves and Mika stayed home. Okay, the first thing we saw, we left before daylight. We saw some big, hog tracks, man. Like 4-inch, big, nice hogzilla tracks. We saw some coyote tracks. We saw a 16 and 13-inch, what looked like Sasquatch tracks, and that was the exact same size I've casted. I think I've got two 13s and I've got two 16-inch tracks already casted. So it was the exact same size as the ones I've already casted. We saw deer, coyote tracks, raccoon tracks, a couple of human tracks around the caves, but only like two, and they look pretty old. And that's it on the way there. On the way back, okay, well, first of all, okay, we went to the caves. What's on the video, you can't hear it, but I howl. I did the Ohio howl. I wasn't going to do any of that shit, man. I don't want to do any of that shit because I really don't want to call him up. I felt a little brave. We had guns. I felt a little brave. And Jeffrey had my back with his gun. And as soon as I did the howl, about 30 seconds later, there was a tree knock. And you see me point that direction. There was a tree knock coming from there. This fucking camera I got's a piece of shit, man. It's a little no-pro camera, and the mic on it sucks. Man, I wish the mic worked and the camera didn't work because I really need the audio more than I need anything else, and that's one reason I got it. So I'm going to have some kind of recording device for other stuff, and I'm not going to be going back up in the woods. I keep saying that, but I keep going back because I want fucking answers. And then I heard that tree knocking, and I was like, okay, let's go. And Jeffrey said, well, I thought you felt brave, and I was like, yeah, well, oh well. And then we walked down from the caves. And when we got to the bottom, boy, the mountains that direction lit up, man. There was coyotes, there was some Bigfoot howls, and there was some other stuff I didn't know what the fuck it was, man. While we were at the caves up there, before I filmed that, I heard a bark. Just typical dog bark. On the way back, before we got to the halfway point, I heard a couple more yips to the right and up in there. And Jeffrey seemed to think that there was something trailing behind us about a couple hundred yards, and I think I heard something back there, and then we didn't hear it anymore. He didn't hear it anymore. I didn't hear anything much anyway. We got to a certain pot, and that's when we found that one track that looked like it looked like a paw in the front, and it went down like that in the back, and was circled around. And man, it looked like some of those Dogman tracks that you see on online, man. If you type in Dogman images, man, it looked just like them, man. And I know y'all see the track. I've been listening to these Dogman episodes, and there's a lot of them, man. There's a lot of them, and there's a lot of people that claim this, and this is something that's been a long time claim. It wasn't a Sasquatch. It wasn't a bear track. I don't know, And then it wasn't there when we went to the caves. So it's like we heard something falling behind us this way, and then it disappeared, and then we got up, and there's that track right there. Jeffrey seems to think that it went through the canyon this way behind us and got ahead of us, and that was a track. Those tracks weren't there, and those other tracks that are big, they look like big Dogman tracks, like that, with like 3 toes on them, and those tracks weren't there when we went to the caves. They were there when we came back. It gets better, but we go up on the ridge coming back, and Jeffrey said, I saw something down there moving this direction. Later, he described it to me as something that was like upright and kind of hunched over and moving quick, hunched over and moving quick down there. He didn't describe to me what he saw when he was up there. I just thought he said he saw something. Okay, and it was really quiet. I mean, there wasn't a cricket or anything when we were up on that ridge coming across that part. We got down the ridge. The creek's still down there. We got down the ridge, pretty close to the creek. It's about 50 yards down. And I saw something over there red. And I'm fucking curious. I had to go check it out. And he's like, really? You're going to go check it out? Because he'd already seen this thing down there. He didn't tell me what he saw. He just said he saw something. And so I walked down to see what it was, something bright red. I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. And he was surprised that I walked down there. And anyway, he followed me some with a gun, and I walked down, and it was like a poncho wrapped around a tree, or, you know, hung, it was draped over a tree, probably from the floods, you know, it was probably from the floods, because we had a lot of floods a few months back. And I grabbed the poncho, and I started walking back, and I heard a growl that seemed like it was close, and it was something coming to get me, man. It sounded like a wolf, like that, like something's fucking gonna get me. And I was like, Jeffrey, you got my back, you got my back. And he's like, yeah, I got your back, man. I thought something was fixing to attack me, man. I heard that growl, and I thought it was coming to get me. And it sounded like it was like, you know, 30 feet behind me, coming at me. And he's like, yeah, I got your back. And, you know, I was waiting for the fire. I was waiting for the gunfire, because I thought he was fixing to shoot something, because I thought something was coming at me. And I don't know, man. I don't know what the fuck. You know, we didn't hear any whoops. We heard the yips, we heard the big howls, and we heard the one tree knock. And that was it. And we found those tracks. You know, I think we found maybe 3 or 4 tracks that could be associated with Bigfoot, because it was the same size as the ones I casted and stuff. And they're all on that video. But since there was no audio on the video, I wanted to make this video, and I wanted to explain what the growl that happened to me. Because, man, when I heard that, we didn't see anything. You know, the woods are kind of thick. We didn't see anything, but it sounded like something was coming to get me. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what it was, man. You know. But I had to make this video to explain that, because I can't really type all that shit. You know, it's easier for me just to make a video. So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for your time. Have a good day.